Okay, so then, it is really a pleasure being here. Jan Lucada is my name, a typical German name. Not really typical. My father is Italian, my mother is Hungarian, I'm German, and I love to be European. Is somebody from the US here? You're from US? No. Lucky you. uh, you are from the US? No. Oh, my goodness. Okay. This is not a typical presentation. I will start as pharma supply chain. I'm pretty sure everybody of you knows better than me what is supply, making any supply, sorry, supply into the pharmaceutical industry as we do, and talking about the whole supply chain. What is the supply chain? This is really a good question. I can give you a rather idea what we are doing. I can't go too deep into details, so I want you to invite to come over to our booth later on. It is nearby over there. It is the orange one here. We are not from the Netherlands. We are still German. We do have nice cookies, fresh pressed orange juice. So please come over for a little bit more details afterwards. Before I start, please give me the opportunity to tell something about our company. Fala company is 130 years old. We are dedicated supplier into the pharmaceutical industry. We are doing folding cartons, leaflets, and labels. This is still family-owned. This company, we do have, well, our owners in the 4th generation. And we are sitting in the, well, located in Germany, in the southern part of Germany. We do have, well, 4 production sites. Due to a acquisition we have done in August, 2 months ago, we are now also in Denmark. And our next plans will be a little bit more to be international. Now coming back to pharma supply chain, everybody in the whole world working together with pharma companies, and the pharma companies themselves, they are under pressure. Whatever pressure it is, at the end of the day, pressure means money. I love to talk with my customers about reduction. And then it is really very serious to talk about price reduction. I love to talk with our customers about cost reduction. Cost reduction is totally different. It is a part of the whole thing, also a part of the whole supply chain. In this small niche where we are, we can offer something to provide our customers to be a little bit better or faster. But please let me start with a personal experience I have made this year. And if somebody is out of the UK here, welcome, because I really have enjoyed. This is not working. The Olympic Games this year, they have done a great job. This was well organized, and a lot of you are now thinking, what the hell is he talking about? What the Olympic Games do have something in common with the pharma supply chain? I will come on this topic a little bit later. I want you to be the first in the game, as this famous guy is. Everybody of us knows him. He's the world champion and the Olympic winner, Usain Bolt. What has he done differently than all the others? Well, he's a human being, as we are. But what is different? Now coming back to our topic. Well, we know, talking about the supply chain, this is only one chart. You find thousands of similar ones in the whole world. Talking about the pharma supply chain, we are talking about, and we are always confronted, how can we handle a lot of printing data? This is what we are talking about as a secondary packaging material supplier. We are talking about handling of printing data to secure that the printing data is the correct one, that we always have the right version for the right country in the right time. So this is one we can offer to you. The next point, logistic. Logistic is really a nice word. I love it. But nobody or everybody is understanding something totally different. What is logistic? Logistic is transportation. Hello, welcome. Please have a seat. Nice having you here. Logistic is bringing something, a good or information from point A to B. Is that right? I think so. And this is what we also can offer. in a small portion within our branch. Outsourcing. Yeah, well, outsourcing, a lot of pharma companies are doing this in a great manner. Look around this booth, this hall. A lot of CMOs are here. This is what you're doing day by day. And we are also a part of outsourcing. Outsourcing in the matter of, yeah, well, dealing or handling the printing data. We are specialized in those things. And also in repacking. This is also another thing for outsourcing, what we can offer. The integration afterwards of all different parameters is also a part of that. Going out and something is going in the whole, yeah, well, topic we should talk about. The operational research is something also going in this circle, what is not our topic. Another chart is starting with the raw material, now coming a little bit closer to that what we are doing. We have made a lot of projects with our customers, not only, yeah, well, trying to understand the relationship between the customers and August Faller. We also invited from time to time, also in the very beginning, our supplier to talk about how can we fulfill the requirements for our customers to be a little bit better, faster, and having the right material for the right requirement. Starting here with the raw materials. Then the supplier is us. Yes, we do something. We are working on it, as we have seen with the printing data, also with the logistics. The logistic is as it is. And the customer, yeah, well, at the end of the day, it is the pharma companies, and the consumer, the patients. So coming back to the Olympic Games and Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt needs some raw materials. Yes, indeed, some shoes from Nike, I think so. The supplier would be himself. The manufacturing is training. And when he's coming over from the US, normally he's located in Jamaica, he's taking a plane, going to London to be there. And then the customer was the Olympic Games. And at the end of the day, the consumer, all of us who have watched that fantastic race. Now we can see that the whole supply chain is nothing else than having a clear picture of what to do, when to do, why to do. Why? Yes, for sure. Because we want to be a supplier for our customer to support them to be faster. Time to market. Time to market means if we are faster with our supply, our customer can sell more. Not only more, we are going a little bit more in detail, means we are also going into the construction of our supply materials, meaning that we are also offering workshops to identify, yeah, well, errors in between of the communication between our customers and us, but also to help to increase the OEE for their overall equipment efficiency so that they have higher output. Just to show that they could be faster if they believe in that we can support them to help to be different. Now, hello. Now, coming back, later on you will see why I try to combine the Olympic Games with the Faller pharma supply chain. Let me start with that what are we offering? Why are we here? We, as Faller, we also offer contract packaging. There we not offer primary packagings. No, we do not do this. We only can help our customer to repack, to new pack, to do things differently. Yeah, well, especially in Europe, there is the late stage customization theory and issue that a lot of small countries want to be supplied individually, and so, yeah, well, the OEE of the packaging line is going down sometimes. Not for big runner articles, but if you do have to write it, and then it is our story, because the bulk is always the same. At the end of the day, you do have to sell it in different countries, and there you do have to individualize your packaging material. For instance, folding cartons has to be in different language versions. Sometimes we were recognizing that our customers are out of stock, for instance, for Uzbekistan market. but they do have something for the Taiwanese market, and now they do have to repack it. Unfortunately, so they do have to stop their packaging line and doing differently, meaning that their packaging people do have to repack something now by themselves. This is what we are offering. Typical repacking, bringing goods in a new folding carton, or picking in a new leaflet, or label it. This is really not working. Project management is a big part, and well, later on I will show you a picture of a lady. She's here with us. She's our expert in project management. We do have a team. We have learned to be more efficient. We have learned it from Porsche Consulting, and Porsche itself, the crazy German car manufacturer, now belonging to Volkswagen. They have learned it by themselves by Toyota. And well, congratulations to Toyota. They really have done a great job. And we have learned from them to be a little bit, yeah, well, not better. Let me say, yes, we are at the end of the day. But in the very beginning, we are just more structured. To have easy tools to show what can we do. It is a big bang. We are doing small steps, and with the small steps, we can identify, yeah, well, black boxes. Black boxes are redundant steps in the communication between our customers and us. I would love to say that we eliminate redundant steps, but the reality is to reduce redundant steps. For instance, yeah, well, we are checking our materials several times in production, process, quality steps. We making certificates at the end of the day after the shipment into the pharma companies. They are doing a lot of incoming inspection as well. So there is a big potential to reduce costs, meaning also going down with prices. How do we do this? I have mentioned we do it or we have done this with Porsche Consulting, implementing a Kanban system and a CIP. CIP, if there's somebody, is there a buyer here? CIP is normally interpreted by cost improvement program. It is. But here we do understand the continuous improvement program as well. So this is not an opposite. This goes together. The better we are doing, and the more we are continuous improving our processes, the better it is also from a price and cost perspective. Now, as a supplier into the pharmaceutical industry, we do know that there is a big risk for our customers. Especially talking about the anti-counterfeiting. We as Faller, we do have a big variety, about 70 different features we can offer to you for tracking and tracing, so that everybody in the whole supply chain is aware of who has produced it, who is the dealer, and who is the end user. Has somebody broken into the supply chain, into the logistic? Has they manipulated things? We can help you to be aware of that the right product is in the right folding carton, in the right time, for the right patient. Our products is, coming back to this acrobatic lady, this is also our understanding of being a supplier into the pharmaceutical industry. We are quite flexible. If you don't believe me, just try us. Give us an order, we will show you. Yeah, well, just to give you a quick overview what we are doing. Folding cartons, yes, there's a standard. The standard folding carton is a normal construction with a length glued flap. Nothing really very special. But when we are talking about the special, yes, we are also doing some special constructions. As one of my results out of a lot of talks with originators, now there is there are two different trends. One trend is to go more and more for the standard, to increase the OEE, to be cost attractive to the market. And another trend is to be totally different, to do it not as a standard, do it individually, doing differently, showing your patient that there is an added value, that there is not only an added value in a nice, attractive box, there is also an added value in having the product and being in direct contact with the producer, means with the pharmaceutical industry. A lot of cutouts is something nearby as a wallet. This is, you can see and imagine, this is not really a circle because there's a lot of rooms between, and yeah, well, to close the whole circle means we are missing you. Leaflets, this is also a part of the pharmaceutical packs. Unfolded is really the standard. Standard means you just have to be fast, no doubt about it. If you want to have something different, also in respect to fulfill the EU guideline readability, everybody knows it, the font sizes has to be increased up to 9 point. So then a lot of our customers are going to pre-folded or small folded leaflets, and a lot of US companies are using the outserts. Outserts are almost wallpapers up to 1 meter in the length and 70 centimeters in the width. So we can produce thousands and millions of them. And in addition, I will show you later on, we can combine a lot of crazy things with this. Last but not least, for our 3 individual products, there are labels. Our brand new development, the hanger label. Hanger label means, as you can see it on the picture, it is for bottles in the clinical. They use also adhesive label for product presentation. Sealing labels, a special thing, so you easily can open things and demonstrate this when it is open, it was origin. Booklet label, if you do have a lot of information and no space, this is the solution for this. Wraparound labels, the same for ampules. This is the crazy thing, what I have mentioned before, a lot of combi products. We are in Faller doing forecasts month by month by month on a customer base. So we are asking our customers and ask them, what do you think, what is your need for the rest of the year? A lot of our customers saying, oh Jan, come on, I don't know it by myself, by my heart. But I ask the whole team month by month that they know it. Sometimes they know better than our customers. And this is really a crazy thing. The combined product turnover is increasing so dramatically that we have increased our planning by 100%. Currently, we are above by 80% of our increased plan. This is really incredible. For what reason? This is one of the results within our understanding in the product pharma supply chain to help our customers to avoid costs. Meaning, if you do have, for instance, where is it, a need to bring an additional information into the folding carton, so that there is not only one leaflet, there is a leaflet for a patient, and there's also a doctor's information, we can combine it. So where's the avoidance? The avoidance of costs. The avoidance of costs is there that we can pre-glue the leaflets into the folding carton, so our customer do not have to invest into an additional equipment in their packaging lines. This is, yeah, well, small money. Okay, pharma companies are still rich. Do you agree on that? I would say yes. But the biggest advantage for this is not the avoidance of an additional investment in an equipment, meaning that you do not have any waste of time, no validation, additional validation time for this new equipment. You can't produce during, manipulating or installing a new equipment on your packaging line. So this is the biggest advantage in this area. So you can look around. This is, although they are blank samples, these are real products we are producing. Our services, still flexible. Oh well, our pharma supply services starting with workshops, what we are doing, But here on the CPIJ, we are here for our repacking. This is what we are doing. I added some pictures on it. The production site we do have is nearby Berlin. There we do have a qualified person to repack, to new pack, to bring new leaflets in, to assemble, to label, etc. So this is what we are doing: repacking, labeling, assembling, and also the repacking itself. Everybody in the whole pharma knows the bullwhip effect. This is what everybody is talking about in the whole supply chain. If there is, this is the bullwhip effect, well, you know it better than me. Well, if there is a market need from a customer country over there, I don't know, for instance, Argentina, and you're here, and the market need is saying, oh, well, I need something right now. And everybody knows right now means no, it is not available right now. So you do have to go back step by step by step by step, and this is the bullwhip. Normally they only need 10, but for security reason, you go back the whole supply chain. At the end of the day, yeah, well, for us, we are producing from time to time, not 10, we are producing 50. Market needs is the result sometimes in the whole supply chain that volumes are increasing dramatically due to some lack of information, lack of communication, or just to be assured that nobody is once again out of stock. This is what we are talking about with our customers. The earlier we know the market needs, the better it is. The better it is in respect of avoidance of costs and time. Yeah, well, quality, price, availability, a challenge in the pharmaceutical industry. This is what we are doing. How can we do this? With consulting. This is what we are really doing with our customers, going in there, talking about the current communication path, what is going well, how is it these days, and is there an alternative doing it better? Just going into a flip chart and show the whole supply chain. How is the ordering process? How is the volume handling? How is whatever? Are there some errors we can easily identify, can work on that? Is there from time to time, is there a result out of that? Is there a solution like a VMI, a vendor managed inventory? This is what we are currently doing with, I will not say the name, but it is the biggest pharma company in the world. This is what we are doing to help them to be faster on the market. From time to time, it is another result out of this discussion with e-business. What is e-business? E-business could be the electronical exchange of everything. Printing data, order response, also the forecasts, also e-invoicing. It means so that we are eliminating a lot of, typical failures from one ERP system transferred via fax or via email into another ERP system. This is what we are offering these days. Really very special, and we are proud of that, is our just-in-time excellence and what we call KIT. Due to the fact that we are offering 3 different components, we can combine them. Our companies, as the customer, only do have to offer one. We divide one KIT order into folding carton order, leaflet order, and label order, and bring them afterwards together. If they're small amounts, and everybody knows the big runners, the blockbusters, are dying these days, that the volumes are more or less suitable to one pallet. That means, at the end of the day, also a reduction of transportation costs. The supply chain management is Patricia. Here she is. She's our expert. I'm so sorry for that. She's our expert. She's working in my team, and what we have done. Now coming back to the Olympic Games, this is more or less my conclusion and one of my last slides. You can see with folding cartons we have started. We can add the leaflets, the labels. I have forgotten to start with the typesetting services we are doing. This is what we also offer. Starting in the very beginning, for our understanding in our branch, you start with the typesetting, then produce different components. At the end of the day, also the packaging services, as I have mentioned before. We want you to be the fastest in the world, as this guy. Not only be the fastest for yourself, we want you to demonstrate it in public, somewhere in London. That means there is a need to have a good partner and harmonized steps, harmonized communication. There should be something in a really very good flow. At the end of the day, we really would appreciate if you would do this together with the Faller company. This it was, a short introduction of this, what we are offering. For further information, we really would appreciate to you to come over to our booth, then we can go a little bit more in detail. Thank you very much for your attention.